Guys, I decided to do a Snapchat Q&A and I just started getting questions. Yay! I am at Dulce Candy 1987. I got Sylvia G. Vargas. She said, would you do your makeup when you were younger, or at least try to do your makeup? So I started wearing legit makeup when I was in high school, and my makeup routine was just black eyeliner, liquid, and pencil. For example, one day I would wear like a pink shirt, pink pants, and like pink shoelaces with my white tennis shoes. Everything was pink, like the same tone of pink or turquoise or purple. I always like matched my entire outfit in high school, which was like the early 2000s. And I would also wear this exact same shade of color on my clothes on my eyelid without blending. I would just slap on a shade of eyeshadow, like a really bright eyeshadow, and girls actually always commented and told me they liked my makeup because it was like different, you know? Or was it different? I just did it. I didn't see a lot of people wearing eyeshadow the way that I did it. Some of the girls would like go like glam, what it was, like that chola glam. They used to go all out with that, and I didn't have that much experience with makeup, so for me it was just one eyeshadow. And I started to just kind of experiment with foundations and things like that. Never found my correct shade. And girls, in high school, when I was in high school, I feel like I'm saying this and I'm so old. I'm like, back in the day, 14 years ago, when I was like a freshman to a senior, we didn't have makeup tutorials. I had no way of learning, besides my mom, how to apply makeup the way that you apply it nowadays. So girls, I see you, you're 13, you're 14, you guys are wearing like full on flawless, might I add, glam. And that was just kind of crazy for me because I wish I would have had these makeup tutorials by some of the most awesome and talented makeup artists, and you're learning from the best for free, which I think is awesome. So I don't know why I just started yelling. I think I got really passionate about that. So I tried my best, but when I really started to wear foundation and concealer and try like experimenting with makeup to the fullest extent, because I now had money of my own, was when I started YouTube, which was in 2008. And you can see my makeup tutorials from back in the day compared to, you know, how I'm able to do makeup nowadays is totally different. And I didn't know what I was doing. And I also learned from Michelle Phan, Julie G Beauty, Purse Buzz, It's Judy's Time, Sonia Castañeda, Riz Rose 2, X Sparkage, All That Glitters, and It's Juicy 07. I learned from all those girls. Mac and C40, I can't forget about that. Queen of Blending, Petrilude. Those are like the OGs of YouTube, and I learned from the best. But yeah, thanks for asking. Hiya, I am so pissed off with pus kind of acne on my face. It's been more than 6 months now. Sometimes it just disappears, and sometimes it's just plain awful and red. Any tips on how to get rid or precautions? So I'm just gonna tell you my best advice. Coming from someone, keep in mind, that didn't have acne as a young adult or as a teenager. I was really, really grateful for that, because that was actually one of the things that I kind of saw coming, because my sister experienced a little bit of acne, and I had a really great friend of mine in junior high who suffered from severe acne, and her face was always textured and red and irritated, and I saw how much it bothered her, you know, especially when you're coming to your own skin and stuff, and you're in junior high and you're breaking out with acne, and people are calling you names, or people are asking you what happened to your face and things like that. So I can relate to that experience, because she was my friend and I saw that happen to her. What I saw her do, she definitely went to a doctor that gave her medication to treat that kind of acne, because I feel like you really do need medical care when it's very severe, so you can help treat it. Maybe they can give you some lotions that can help with the irritation of the skin and the tenderness, and if it's painful, if it's scabbing, and they can give you some really great advice so you don't have any scars in the future. If you didn't have acne before and it just kind of started to happen, you don't say how old you are, but you said that you've just had it for the past 6 months now. Maybe it's the stuff that you're eating, maybe you're having an allergic reaction as well. Maybe you tried a beauty product that left you really irritated. So kind of look at your beauty counter and look at the products that you've tested that are new for the first time. And maybe that caused an outbreak and you've still been using it. Honestly, if it's really bad, I would go to a dermatologist. Also do some research on YouTube and just search how to get rid of acne or acne stories, things of that nature, because you will find really credible sources for coming from people who have dealt with it firsthand. And that would be my best advice, actually, to go speak to someone who has had that issue. And nowadays with YouTube, you're going to find lots of people who have gone through that. But yeah. Okay, this is coming from Amy1651, and she said, how do you have time to stay fabulous as a mama? I'm a mama of 2. So, can we just be real for a minute? I think with Instagram, you see all of these fabulous moms, and they look like they're always well put together. They have their together. They just look like, wow, I would love to be that kind of mama. But can I tell you that that mama does not exist? At least I have never encountered a mom that has all her S together. I myself am not always well put together because it takes so much time to do all this. Can I be real? I still like to put on my favorite pair of jeans, my favorite tops that I know look good for me. I always keep my shoes clean, and I do brush my hair and put a little bit of makeup because also the way that I feel is really important as to how I am going to be as a mom and wife for the rest of the day. So you do have to take care of yourself, and that's very important. You just have to find the clothes that fit you and that you feel your best, and also find a makeup routine that is not so time consuming and you feel you're most comfortable in. So yeah, that would be my advice. And don't put too much pressure on yourself to have it all together or to stay looking fabulous 24/7. You can look fabulous in pretty minimal attire as well as wearing a lot of stuff. So it just depends. Oh, this is fun. Laura Croft. Okay, if you could fly, where would you go? Right now, I would go to Boston, Massachusetts. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm reading this book called Little Women. You guys have heard of it. This is the first time that I am reading Little Women. I know, where have I been, guys? When I was in school, I should have been paying more attention to the teacher and the reading assignments. Actually, I never got this assigned, but I figured a lot of people read this in high school. Anyways, so Little Women is a book that I bought about a week ago at an antique mall, and it's a small building, but it's like different little vendors come in and they have their shop set up and they sell whatever vintage antique stuff that they have. And I saw the Little Women book sitting there. I know I've heard of Little Women before. I saw it and something told me, just grab this book. I love things that are really old as well, guys, because they have so much history and so many people have touched it, or, if just so many stories behind antiques and vintage stuff. I know some people get scared about ghosts and stuff. Sometimes people say that spirits can get attached to books or to belongings or to anything old that belonged to the person. So I kind of had that thought in the back of my head, but I put it next to my nightstand and I didn't have any bad dreams or any weird feelings. So I love this book. So I just started reading it, and I also wanted to know about the author, Louisa May Alcott. And they have a house in Massachusetts where she sat down in the desk that her dad made her, and she wrote this book, this story. She wrote it. And now I'm really obsessed with her and her family, and I want to go visit the house to Boston. So that's, or it's somewhere in Massachusetts, close to Boston. I would definitely fly there, and I'm really thinking about making it a girls trip, but I want to find someone who shares the same passion for her. I saw it online, and not a lot of people talk about her, discuss her, or the books, and I'm like, I need to find someone who's really going to appreciate a trip to the Louisa May Alcott house. This copy here that I'm holding was published in 1880. This is over 100 years old, and it's in such beautiful condition. This is a book that I am going to keep forever. I am definitely not going to sell this. Guys, and I also wanted to tell you what I found inside the book. This little card was published in 1945, and it's a little lesson from the Bible with a beautiful picture, and this is talking about the day that God, or why God made the universe, the planet, and so on. So somebody who believed in God owned this book. Oh my gosh, I just found a receipt. See, I'm like finding these. It's like a little treasure. Oh, let's see what this says. David DeShield from Layton, California. Oh, JCPenney. Oh my gosh, this is a JCPenney receipt from July 1968. What the heck? This is crazy. See what I mean? 1968. A receipt from JCPenney. Wow. July 25th, which is my mom's birthday, 1968. Shop pennies, you'll live better, you'll save. JCPenney Co. Wow. Cool. Oh my gosh, I love finding little notes like that. And I found two things. See? David, that's the name of one of the guys that I think owned this book. Wow, that's so cool. So yeah, this is my current obsession, and I've been reading a lot more. A lot of Louisa May Alcott's own personal story is in this book with her sisters and her mom, and I can relate to it as well because we have the same dynamic as my mom and her 4 daughters, just like in this book. So it feels like things also don't change, you know what I mean? Like the love that people feel are always kind of felt the same way. The same feelings towards your family have always been felt, and this is over 100 years ago that this book came out. So yeah, this is so cool, guys. I love old stuff, and I'm really enjoying reading Little Women. This is what I've been occupying myself this time off that I've been having for the winter holidays. So that was a long response also to your question, but I hope I answered it. That's where I would love to go. I hope you have a great and fabulous day, and I will see you guys on my next one. So talk to you soon.